So we have breaking news coming out of Texas where a lone gunman believed to be a terrorist targeted a bar where he killed 3 Americans and injured 14 more. This is believed to be motivated by the war that's currently raging in Iran currently. And this comes on the back of members of Congress spreading lies about the war. Members like Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar. Welcome to the Immigration Report. If you want daily immigration updates without bias, with evidence, please consider subscribing. Let us get into it, starting with this reporting explaining this very attack. Take a look.
Digging deeper into that mass shooting in Austin, Texas with some brand new information. I had mentioned before, 3 people killed. Fox confirmed the shooter who police killed was a naturalized citizen from Senegal. Sources are now telling Fox the shooter was wearing clothing that said Allah on it, and he had on an undershirt with an Iranian flag on it. The FBI has just announced they are investigating this as a possible act of terrorism. They said maybe, probably, could be. They're investigating it as such now, a possible act of terrorism.
So as you can see, based on the reporting, this man is sympathetic to the Iranian cause. Because for one, he was wearing a shirt, a hoodie, with the words, property of Allah. And not only that, he was wearing an Iranian flag under that hoodie. And most of you know by now that the United States is carrying out large-scale attack on Iran currently. And we have an article here that's titled, Austin Bar Mass Shooter Possibly Motivated by Iran Attacks. Quran found in car as FBI terrorism after 2 killed, 14 injured. I know it says 2 right here, but the updated numbers that we're getting is 3 currently. And let us continue to the article. And the article basically started out by saying he was wearing that property of Allah hoodie. He also had that Quran in his car. And he also was wearing that Iranian flag or Iranian symbols. And here we have the article explains that Diagne, I think that is how you say it, is a U.S. citizen originally from Senegal, was naturalized in 2013 and applied for asylum in 2016. And the article go on to say that the gunman was a known emotional disturbed person in both New York and Texas, sources are reporting. He also had a history of arrests in New York City and Texas. But the interesting part of this article, it basically detailed what happened at the scene. And it says police confronted the shooter within less than a minute of the first gunshot at an intersection on 6th Street and shot him, cops said. 2 victims and the shooter died at the scene. First responders rushed 14 other patients to nearby hospitals, 3 of whom were in critical condition. And here we have a video showing the scene, what happened there. Viewers' discretion advised. Take a look.
Oh my God! What is going on? What the fuck is going on? Jesus fucking Christ! What the fuck?
So as you can see, as soon as shots started ringing out, people started taking cover. People didn't know what was going on. It's a whole panic, and we have other videos from inside the nightclub where people are taking cover. Take a look.
We're good.
Shit! Shit. Where is it?
So as you can see, people are running for cover. Everyone is in distress. Everyone is panicking. No one knew what was going on. And here we have the FBI actually giving an update on what happened at the scene and what they found. Take a look.
I also want to sincerely thank Austin Police Department and the officers for their extremely rapid response to the incident. There is no doubt that those officers saved countless lives with their quick reaction and quick training to respond to the shooter and address the threat. The FBI is working in lockstep with our partners, with Austin Police Department. We have members from our evidence response team as well as our many other specialty teams, including our digital forensics folks that are on scene, helping to address the scene and gather additional evidence. Obviously, it's still way too early in the process to determine an exact motivation, but there were indicators that on the subject and in his vehicle that indicate potential nexus to terrorism. Again, it's still too early to make a determination on that. That's why we are investigating it very closely with our partners with Austin Police Department. I just want to say, conclusion, we are committed to seeing this process through to the very end, and we will continue to work very closely with our partners with Austin Police Department.
So the FBI hasn't made a determination, a final determination, if it is a terrorist threat, but based on what they're finding at the scene, preliminary investigation and evidence are suggesting that it is a terrorist attack. And something that I want to bring to you guys' attention is that a lot of people believe that this attack took place because of the war that's currently raging in Iran. And what we're seeing from our members of Congress is nothing but lies being spilled online. For instance, Ilhan Omar, she made a tweet the other day saying Iraq was attacked by the U.S. during Ramadan, and it is sickening to know that the U.S. is again going to attack Iran during Ramadan. The U.S. apparently loves to strike Muslim countries during Ramadan, and I am convinced that it is not what these countries have done to violate international law, but about who they worship. And Community Notes corrected her because the U.S. did not attack Iraq during Ramadan. The correction is that the Iraq invasion began on March 20, 2003, and major combat operations were declared over on May 1st, months before Ramadan that year. So basically, Ilhan Omar, she's trying to create the narrative that the U.S. is attacking a whole bunch of Muslim countries during Ramadan. And she's trying to justify that we are not attacking Iran based on their missile program or that they want to develop a nuclear weapon. That we're doing it because of who they worship, because they're Muslims. And Ilhan Omar, she's not the only one. Rashida Tlaib, she's basically spilling similar lies. And we have a tweet that she retweeted where it says at least 70 people, including some 60 children, were killed when U.S. and Israeli strikes hit an elementary school in southern Iran. So basically, Rashida Tlaib, she retweeted this tweet to spread the lies that the U.S. is now targeting schools. And this reporting came straight from Iranian news media. No independent source actually verified these claims. And many sources online are actually disputing these claims by Rashida Tlaib. And this is the reason why actual members of Congress are saying Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar should not be briefed on U.S. war plans. Take a look.
Well, I know Congress has been briefed as a whole. I mean, the president had to hold this very tight. And so there's a circle of individuals that need to know, that are in had the ability to make decisions. But you have people like, honestly, Tlaib and Omar, that you can't brief Congress as a whole because those individuals like that you just simply can't trust. However, I do believe as we move forward with the operations, now that the operations are moving forward, I believe that the Secretary will come to either be Rubio or Secretary Hegseth, or maybe both will.
And that brings us to the end of today's immigration report. Please let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think this is motivated by the war that's raging in Iran? Also, please consider liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you.